The Ranting Rita wants proof. You know I have it. But let's do it anyway. Okay, in the meeting of the board, Rita claims that she didn't truncate the policy committee meeting by seeking an adjournment premature to reviewing the last couple policies. We had this one, and this one left to review. And then also a public comment. And here we had people, attendees, attending this meeting. Larry didn't tell the truth. He said there was nobody attending. Here they are, attendees. But anyway, let's listen in. I think you'll find some humor in these rants and how they contradict logic. But here we go.
I would also.
I find you to be a liar. Hold on, that's a lie.
Mr. Bradley, wait a minute.
So wait a second.
Wait a
The reality is we have a meeting. Hold on. We have a meeting with the committee. The committee has a responsibility to follow the agenda. The committee has a responsibility to meet and let the public speak. One of the reasons they don't show up
Mr. Bradley, listen to me.
No, not until I'm done, Rita. You be quiet.
No, I will not, because you're saying I said the meeting should be adjourned, and what I said was, if there is no other public comment, this meeting is adjourned. And Mr. Stern is right. If you would listen instead of carrying on like a banshee, you would know that. I did not say it was adjourned. I said, if there is no public comment, this meeting is adjourned. And Mr. Cleaver said there was not. Stop lying.
So here we go. Let's go back to the policy committee meeting. This will be fun. Let's do this first part. This is just a little tidbit of how a meeting's supposed to happen when you review a policy. You're supposed to seek comment from other members in the community and on the policy. Let's take a listen. That is missing from this policy. And since the board is failing to write the policy, I think that it is specifically left out of this policy. I apologize. So what we're talking about here is this policy before the 146.1. We're talking about accountability and how our board writes policy and we're supposed to hold these people accountable. Now, this is about the anti-bullying policy, and therefore nobody on this board or administration wants to put it in writing how we're going to hold people accountable, right? So that's what they're arguing about. By the administration who wrote this policy, because it's not in there, and if they're the only ones that didn't, this is the first we're seeing it, we know that the board didn't leave it out on purpose. I think we should correct it before we move forward with the reading of this policy. Rita, what do you think?
I think we should move on, because all you're looking for is something to pick at and deride someone for. I think we should move on.
And Larry, what do you think? Should the policy have accountability standards?
I don't think so, because the accountability standards covered by what you said from the complaint process actually covers everything within our district if somebody wants to write a formal complaint. So
yeah, but we don't have the adjudication policy.
And then the other thing.
So not only do they not want to put accountability in the policies, but even then you have the complaint process that we're supposed to adjudicate complaints. That's not been happening. So here we go. We're gonna go back to this where Rita's gonna announce that we're on policy 146.1, and then we're gonna let the rant run from there. It's only a minute or two. Please be patient. Have a nice day.
Mr. Cleaver, are we on policy 146.1 trauma-informed approach, second reading, and wondering if anyone has any questions or comments?
That is correct, Ms. Spinelli.
Thank you.
That section.
So by the way, that means you got 1, 2, 3 more policies to review and public comment. And here's the public that need to be able to have the opportunity, reasonable opportunity, to comment on these matters before the board.
I have no comments on the policies up for second reading. Thank you.
Nor do I. I looked at them before. I looked at them again. I have no questions or comments.
And there are no questions from the public anymore from the board members.
I still think that this board is abdicating the authority to write these policies. There's no accountability for the staff in these policies. And Larry, under formal written complaint, you only have a Title I complaint still. You have a policy 906 that you're trying to use as your formal written complaint, yet we have people making these complaints, and as a board, they never get properly reviewed for due process, so we can ensure that factual information is being presented to the public and reviewed by this board, and then take action so that we don't have the problems where students aren't protected and the community is financially troubled, transportation-wise, bullying, harassment, hazing,
Questions?
other issues.
I
Larry,
have
when are
questions.
we
I
going to
do have one
start? When are we going to apply
comment, though,
those?
Mr. Cleaver,
Hold on,
if I may.
Miss Spinelli, you're interrupting me. I want to know when Larry's going to start applying the formal written complaint process to people that made one.
Mr. Bradley, can you let Ms. Spinelli?
Yeah, after I was done, I want to hear my answer. I want to know how Larry's going to. Don't silence me. You're just talking over me. I want to hear from Larry, Mr. Cleaver. Mr. Cleaver, I'm trying to hear from Larry. I said the formal written complaint process is 906. How come it's not being applied or used by this board? It's
Mr. Bradley, that is your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's the fact that we have not had a single due process hearing of any of these formal written complaints.
The only reason you want a formal hearing is so you can air everyone's dirty laundry, and that's not what a school district is about. Motion to adjourn, Mr. Stern and Mr. Cleaver.
That's not right. That's not right. You got to have, wait a second, you're still got all the other policy things.
Thank you.
You are just not even being close to being respectful to the public. Or fair. So there you go. What do you guys think? Did she review the other policies on the agenda that then end up here on the board meeting? Did she allow public comment? Or did Ranting Rita just motion to adjourn? I don't like what I'm hearing. Someone has a difference of opinion and I'm going to silence it. Yeah, well, here we go. Thanks.